Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video covering some mod news. And this is the first video that I'm doing in 2021, so welcome to the new year, everyone. Hopefully this year will be better for The Sims 4 than 2020 was. But we're starting things off on an interesting note, as we're going to be talking about a couple of custom sliders for different aspects of Create a Sim. I partly covered this in my wish list for 2021, but more has come out since producing that, so I figured I'd make a separate video as well. So let's dive right into this topic, starting with this tweet from Low Poly Pancake, simply stating, "Color wheel for clothes." In this attached video clip, we can see he is using the same sliders that were introduced for makeup in the December update, but he's using it on an undershirt with this Create a Sim item. In addition, he is using the saturation and brightness sliders to change the color of the jacket. When asked by Sam, "Is this real?" he responds saying, "Yeah, currently it has to be enabled specifically for each clothing item, but I'm working on a batch fix." And that's really awesome to hear. I figured it would have to be specifically enabled for each clothing item because you do have the different parts of an item, like with the one that he showed off in the video clip that has a jacket on the top layer, basically, and then you have the undershirt. So then how do you go about customizing the colors of each specific part of the item so it doesn't just affect like the whole thing and change the whole color of everything? So you would have to account for that, since clothing does come in a wide variety of styles. But if it's really that easy to just make a batch fix and it all works, then that's awesome. I never even considered the possibility of having these sliders for clothing items. The only drawback that I can see here is that due to the nature of this being a mod, it will be marked as custom content if you try to upload this to the gallery through a sim. So I guess we can't really use this if we plan on doing that. Or maybe the colors will still stick if we made the sim with the customized colors, then we save it to our library, quit the game, delete the mod, and then upload it to the gallery while the mod is still out of your game. I don't know if that would work, but maybe? Or maybe there is a way to completely get around it being a mod and not having it so that it would be tagged as such. The next clip comes from A Harris 00 Brittany, one of my favorite CC hair creators, and probably at least half the reason why my hairs folder is gigabytes large, despite me just having Maxis Match stuff. But they say once the saturation brightness sliders are compatible with CC, a full hair color wheel should be possible. Right now, only opacity can change it by layering textures, but soon, Green Llamas and I thought of making this a few weeks ago, and I'm so happy it works. This video clip was uploaded the same day as the big December update, so the opacity sliders were the only thing working with custom content at that point in time. But even so, it is still really interesting seeing that you can change the pink color, so if I want my sim to have a lighter shade of pink, then I can do that without having to download a whole bunch of custom content hairstyles with that specific color, taking up even more space in my hairs folder than it already is doing. Lastly, we have this video clip from Green Llamas. So Green Llama says, Sims 4 Studio just added custom content compatibility for all the new patch sliders. I fear for the color possibilities. So this was just tweeted out on New Year's Eve, so it was later on. So it's awesome to see that, yes, now this is fully possible. This video clip does end up showing all of the different sliders in action across different colors. We still have the hairstyle in the face paint category, like the one that Austin tweeted, but still, yeah, you can see the brightness, and actually, you will see in a few seconds true shades of black without the blue tint, which is something that is really needed in the game. I'd love to update my Sim self's hair with a true black color. There we go. Yes, I love that. Makai also replied with a few examples of their own, saying the possibilities are literally endless, and this would make me spend even more time in Create a Sim than I already do, having this much customization available to us. And it really makes me question EA. I'm not trying to downplay the importance of the skin tone update. Obviously, it made sense to focus on getting that aspect correct first. And then, sure, they can do other stuff with other parts of Create a Sim later. But I'm saying that this absolutely does need to happen now. If it's really just as easy as transferring those makeup sliders over to the different sections of Create a Sim, then they should really do that. The one way I could imagine Maxis doing this even better through a free update is that they would bring back the options that we have for each hairstyles, where we could customize the tips, the roots, the base, and the highlights, and then we would have those 4 sliders for each of those parts. However, I'm not going to get my expectations up that high, because then they probably would have to go back to each and every single hairstyle individually to decide on each one, okay, which parts of these hairstyles are going to be the tips, which parts of these will be the base, the roots, and the highlights. So that'd be a lot of extra work in comparison to just doing it like these custom content sliders, where you just have the 4 sliders globally across each hairstyle. But it's always interesting to see what custom content creators and modders do with The Sims 4 when they work with what they're given and expand upon it even more, since before these sliders came for makeup in the December update, I don't think this would have been possible. But yeah, now that this compatibility with custom content and the sliders, then it is possible, so it'd be really cool to see what comes out of this later on in the year. I can't help but wonder what else is going to happen this year. Last year, it was Arnie's open world mod, and now I guess it's more customization for Create a Sim in general. Though I wonder if that will ever transition over to furniture. I mean, I'm sure a lot of builders would enjoy having way more options so that it's easier to match your furniture across different sets. But what do you think of these concepts for clothing and hair color sliders for The Sims 4? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulation games and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!